Hey, it's me again, and I'm back for another video. This time, another update, a big update in regards to the resumption of the 2019-2020 NBA season. This morning, Philippine time, news broke out that the NBA Board of Governors are intending to sign this proposal that for the resumption of the season. So the plan includes that they will bring 22 teams to Orlando to play the rest of the regular season plus the playoffs. That was the plan that was announced, and it will include the 16 current playoff teams from the East and the West. So the top 8 teams are already locked in to be in Orlando, while the other teams, 5 teams will be brought coming from the Western Conference. Those teams are the Portland Trail Blazers, San Antonio Spurs, the Sacramento Kings, the Phoenix Suns, and the New Orleans Pelicans. So those are the 5 teams, and there will be an explanation as to why there were 5 teams that was decided to be included in this bubble. For the Eastern Conference, you got the top 8 teams, and there's only one team that is slated to be in Orlando outside of the top 8, and it is the Washington Wizards. The explanation behind this actually is there's this plan there's this plan in place that there will be a play-in tournament for that for that 8th seed, in case the 9th seed is within 4 games of the 8th seed. So they brought back teams that are 5 games within the 5 games of the 8th seed, and each team will play 8 regular season games at the start of this the continuation of the season. And if the 9th seed is within 4 games of the 8th seed, they will play a kind of like a play-in series. This play-in series was explained in the tweet as it really confused me at first, but when I analyzed and I read and I watched Woj reported on ESPN earlier, the 8th seed will have the twice to beat advantage over the 9th seed if indeed the play-in tournament will be played. And the 9th seed will have to beat the 8th seed twice in order to steal that spot, and thus they will have the last spot in the playoffs. It's really an interesting idea, and it was never mentioned before, but this is certainly something new, and I think this is fair. This is just a fair idea, and it's also fair to consider that the 9th seed really needs to work for that 9th seed, and they really need to win a lot of games in order to just challenge the 8th seed for that last spot. For the other 7 teams, they will play games to determine the seeding, because teams from 1 to 4 is still within reach with one another. In the East, it's kind of a different story. I think the Bucks have locked in that number 1 seed, so it will be interesting to see if Giannis even plays these regular season games. But that's the proposal right now. The play-in tournament, the play-in tournament, basically, if the 9th seed is 4 games within the 8th seed, there will be a play-in series. 8th seed had this. The 8th seed will have the twice to beat advantage over the 9th seed, and the 9th seed will need to beat the 8th seed twice in order to get in. And that's the regular season. And then the playoffs, they didn't really say anything if it will be a 1-16 or your typical 1 versus 8 in the East-West playoff. But I think it will be kind of like the normal playoff, where the Western Conference on one side and Eastern Conference on the other side. It will still be like a normal 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6. And I think they never really mentioned that it will be shortened. They really never mentioned if it will be a best of 5, a best of 3, a best of a single game elimination. So that's the what I've been hearing about in regards to the playoff format. In terms of the dates, the earliest sorry for the sweat. The NBA has slated July 31st as the start of that Florida games, July 31st. So that's 2 months from now, and the latest the latest date for the season, which it's a Game 7 of the NBA Finals, is scheduled on October 12th. Now here's the thing about it. They're trying to rumors rumors are indicating that the NBA would want the season to start in December. So if you think about it, that the off season between this season and the next season is very, very tight. The season will finish around October, and then they're planning to start the season in December, Christmas Day. So there's a 2-month period where you squeeze all that in: free agency, the draft, training camp, even summer league if they would want to have the summer league. So that's a tight 2-month window for them to have their off season. So it will still be interesting. Right now, the NBA is just trying to focus on what they can do now. They're trying to focus on how would they finish the 2019-2020 NBA season. That's a plan in place. No official word yet from the NBA that it is official, but that's what Woj said earlier on Twitter and on ESPN. That's the plan in place, and the NBA is also planning to hold testing every single day. And if a player tests positive for the virus, that player would be pulled out immediately from his team, and they will just do everyday testing in order to secure that there won't be any trouble. There won't be any players that would get away with the virus. So that's where things stand now. As the day goes by, optimistic. That's a word I'm looking for. There's a lot of optimism right now around the fans and the league in general, and it will be interesting, to say the least, to the continuation of the season. So, what do you think? Is this like, did they do the right? Did they plan the right format for the regular season? Because I believe having 8 games, that's big. Because some of these players, they haven't really played any basketball for. If the season would start on July 31st, it will be like 4 months without basketball, and they will need to get in game shape. They will need, like, being in shape is one thing, but being in basketball shape is another. And the NBA, it will be unfair if they go straight to the playoffs and these players, they're not that built well for that postseason grind. So those 8 regular season games would be big, but the question is if some of the star players, especially on teams that have already locked in their seats, it will be interesting if they even play these 8 regular season games, maybe just to get back in shape. But they won't. They will play limited minutes. Maybe like Kawhi wouldn't play that much in those 8 regular season games. Again, like I said earlier, if the Bucks, their lead, they have the first seed, and then the lead they have on the second seed, which is the Raptors, that's a very large gap. So it would be interesting if the Raps could even catch up to the Bucks, or the Bucks would just decide to rest some of these players, maybe get ready for the postseason where the games do matter. So that's where things stand right now. What are your opinions about it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think the NBA should have a different format? Do you think they should consider the group stage that was discussed earlier this week? And we're just excited to have basketball be back. At least, like, they're planning on bringing back basketball. I'm happy. I'm sure all the basketball fans in the world are happy. And comment below if you have anything to say about the format that they're proposing. Again, no official word. The NBA haven't confirmed it yet, It will be up for voting this tomorrow Philippine time, and maybe for tomorrow will be just a formality that this is indeed the format that they will be using, and comment down below if you think this is the norm that would the NBA follow for the next following years. If this is indeed now the norm, the play-in tournament is new, is something unique, and I just like the effort that the NBA is bringing into this. Like, they're trying to innovate, they're trying to make a compromise because of this pandemic, and also they need to make money. But for us fans, it's already I'm already grateful that they're even considering bringing back this year, despite the coronavirus pandemic. And so that's all I'm gonna say. Have a good day, stay safe, and God bless.